Last Wednesday, the Social Justice Club went on a field trip to Sutton High School's Connection Conference. In previous years, they were able to go in person, but this time they went virtually. Both students and staff were given the opportunity to attend workshops on different topics relating to social justice.
The first one I went to was transforming approaches to advancing racial and social justice in our schools. Because as many of you know, I have a strong desire to make sure that Holbrook Middle High School is an equitable and inclusive environment. And we've done a lot of work with social justice. That was a very good, powerful workshop, and I took a lot of notes. And I can't wait to meet with Mrs. McCann and Mr. Goodale in our Social Justice Committee and be able to share some of the information back with them.
I chose the mental health in academics and athletics. I thought that was very important because some people just overlook athletes because I think they're like so put together because they're very well respected and like popular. But I think it's really good because to like check in on them because they have like a lot of pressure put on them and they beat themselves up. Like with little mistakes people probably wouldn't even notice.
The first one I went to was supporting Asian American students through the pandemic. And that one, I just feel like it's super important to think about that right now, especially. You know, I always try to support all of my students, but particularly for Asian American kids, things are a lot harder right now, so I wanted to make sure that I'm doing the right things and supporting students appropriately.
I would love for it to be in person again because I went the year before when it was in person and it was the best experience. Like I made so many new friends and I loved being with people like when we all had the same passion to fight for something.
I was pretty impressed with how well it went virtually. It's better in person because then, you know, there could be more like communication, you can make friends. But I do think that overall it went pretty well virtually. I was really impressed.
This was my first opportunity to go to the Connections Conference. The previous years, the students went by bus out to Sutton. So my favorite part was the fact that I got to actually attend this year. And that was one of the pros of having it be a Zoomed conference.
I think it is an amazing learning experience for all students. It's always a great learning experience for me. And it's also a great way to meet new people. This year was obviously a little bit harder to meet people, but I think it's just an awesome experience and I definitely want to keep doing it every year.
Even with the virtual setting, the field trip seemed like it was a great experience for all involved. This has been Vincent Chan with Co Blue News. Back to you in the studio.